Hello. My name is Adrian Nelson. If it's your first time to the channel, I'd like to welcome you. I'm a psychic medium. I'm a regression hypnosis practitioner. I've got a camera that is skew, for which I do apologize. And so if it's your first time here, welcome. And if you're coming back, I'd like to welcome you back so warmly. And I'd like to thank you for coming back and for supporting me. Okay, so this is a reading for Twin Flame Love. It's a general reading, obviously, so please take it as it resonates. But so Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Ascending. You can also check to see where your Venus is laying, your placement, because that is all about love and money and those things, which are, obviously important. But this is a general reading for Virgo, for Twin Flame Love. And for those of you that might not be familiar with Twin Flame Love, there's a lot of information that you can get online, on the internet and stuff like that. But Twin Flame Love is really that beautiful love that all of us want in our life. It's that beautiful love that everybody wants to have. It's that beautiful connection that everybody wants to have. And even though in this reading, roles might be reversed and that sort of thing, for me, and this is the real truth of where tarot comes from, it's always about your energy. What do you want? Let's look at your energy. What are you not having? Let's look at your energy. All right? Because everything in your life, every single thing in your life is determined by your energy, and nothing is separate from each other. And this is the thing for me also. Even when people come to me and they do like a one-on-one sort of reading, I usually say you don't have to tell me anything, because whether it's a love reading, romance, health, wealth, finance, it's always your energy. Your energy is what either opens doors for you or closes doors for you. Okay? So let's see. Beautiful Virgorians. Some of you, you're still like in that last bit of Virgo season. So for those of you that are still maybe having a birthday today, or for those of you that are still having birthdays, happy birthday. And for all of you that had already had birthdays, I hope it was beautiful. I hope it was gorgeous. I hope it was amazing. I hope it was wonderful. You Virgos, you give so much to the world. You give so much to the world. You deserve happiness. You deserve joy. You deserve everything. When people sometimes have those videos online and they say, like, let's say just Virgo, like, you don't deserve us, or we don't deserve you. Sometimes I actually feel like we don't deserve you. So we've got bearing fruit. So Virgo, what you want to look at, and what I'm getting coming up here for you, what you want to look at is maybe a little bit of your patterns when it actually comes to romance. I feel that for some of you, you might have some repeating patterns. And the one thing that you want to be sort of careful of sometimes is that, because you can always see the good in others and you can always see the potential in other people, sometimes you can stay in a situation longer than you actually meant to stay in it, longer than, in a sense, almost like, values you. So this is a space, Virgo, where you are being asked to, actually there's two things that you're being asked. The one thing that you're being asked is to look at the past, at your relationships, your connections, even friendships, even jobs that didn't work out. At which point did it stop working out, and what were you doing? Because some of you, even from the best of intentions, it's almost in a sense like almost like giving your power away sometimes, and we don't always realize that, because from the best of intentions, we can sometimes create a lot of problems for ourselves in our lives. And I feel that some of you have done this, especially pertaining to love, but then also, obviously, I feel that for some of you, you need to look at a person that is actually giving you happiness and joy, because I feel that for some of you, there is a connection here with someone that you might have maybe a nice friendship with, a nice sort of like rapport with, and you may not necessarily think of them in the romantic sense. So this is a bit of almost like a bit of an unlikely match here for you. Not a bad one, just an unlikely one, in the sense that, you might not necessarily look at this person in a sense of maybe we can do something more. So I'm not saying that you should sort of like start trying out all your friends, but I mean, that's obviously not who you are in the first place. But this is a space that says to you, sort of like, be open to the unexpected. Okay? Because the person that you are seeking might be closer than you actually realize. That's interesting. Let's do your tarot. Let's see what's going on. Yo. Okay, dokie. Let's see. So, for Virgo, please, Twin Flame Love, what do we have? Virgo, please, twin flame love. Oh, look at this. There's a little bit of when cards normally do this, they're like almost like they don't want to slide into each other. Then sometimes to me it either means that you might be missing something, or you might not want to be facing something. In this case, I almost feel like you might be missing something. So we've got the Seven of Cups there in the recent past, what led you towards where you currently are, the Three of Cups and the Six of Cups. So some of you have forgiven someone, which is great. I'm just going to get your card. There's that forgiveness. There's still a bit of a release taking place over here, still a little bit of pain taking place over here. There's a lot of emotional release right in the middle of your current space where you are at the moment. So maybe you might need to make peace with something, Virgo, or I feel that you're in the process of sort of like, making peace with something, which might not necessarily be directly linked to romance, to love, to it, but I feel that it has an impact on it. So maybe friends, maybe family, maybe responsibilities that you have could possibly be dealing with a Pisces maybe. There's also a Scorpio energy here, which is both water signs, and there is a lot of water there in your recent past. I'm going to show you the cards just now. So for your overall energy, you've got the Seven of Swords, okay? And this is a space of finding better ways to do things, finding not just better ways to cope, but I feel for many of you, it's like having a very honest conversation with your brain, almost like if you think like here's a table, so here's you and here's your brain, and sort of having a conversation with each other. But it's wonderful because it's about that space of finding a better way of thinking, feeling, doing, reasoning. So I feel that for some of you, sorry, actually for quite a lot of you, you might actually remember I was speaking about it. When I say we, I'm talking about myself and my spiritual team. They call themselves Smile, that I channeled. Remember we were speaking about that friendship there in the beginning, maybe considering a bit broadward, outward when we looked at this card. This is a space, Virgo, where I feel that for some of you, it's sorry, and for some of you, this might be catching you a little bit unawares, like you didn't expect it. But this is almost like looking at someone, looking at maybe like a friend, and you go like, huh, that was unexpected. I didn't expect that to happen. So there's a space here. I feel that for some of you, you're actually trying to make up your mind pertaining to someone specific, if you're going to go with things to that next level. And I feel that you are very much motivated in that direction. This is this is a space where I feel that for many of you, not necessarily all of you, remember the roles could be reversed, but I feel this is coming more from you, where you might be looking at someone and you may have never thought of them in that sort of like romantic sort of terms. It might also be somebody that maybe came into light, because I feel that for some of you, sorry, you might be dealing with someone that it's almost like you could always see the potential, and maybe you really try to support them to live that potential of what it is that they can live and what it is that they can be. But it feels like this was someone that was taking a little bit of like they were taking sort of like the windy road when it came to almost growing into their maturity, and it's almost like they are doing that right now. It's almost like someone that you wish could just see their own potential and could see their own light. It's like they're actually growing into that right now. And for some of you, this person's becoming almost sort of like irresistible to you, which is a little bit crazy. So in the recent past, we've got the Seven of Cups, we've got the Three of Cups, and we've got the Six of Cups. So this is a lot of emotions, And if any of you, either study tarot or you want to take, if you take my tarot course, there's a link for it in the description, then you know that Cups has got a lot to do with sort of like emotions, but it's like that outer emotions. It's like the people around us, people, animals, plants, that sort of thing. Which obviously is a reflection from our inner side, but this is almost like our emotions being materialized. So I feel that for you, first of all, this is, now of course this is a general reading, but this is not a brand new feeling. For many of you, this is a space where you might have liked this person for quite a period of time, which can actually be a number of years that you may have liked someone, but maybe you never really felt that it was going to work. You never really felt that anything was going to come of it. But there was that hope. And you know what is this beautiful thing about that, Virgo, is that when we have that hope for someone and we pray for someone and we got good intentions for them and we keep on sending them that positive vibes, that hopefully they will one day get to see within themselves what you are seeing within them. When we have that for other people and we sort of hold out for them too, for that to happen, it's such a beautiful positive thing. And also what you give out is also what comes back to you. Okay, so this might be someone that just when you sort of think about them or just sort of like text you or whatever, there's that smile, because it's a beautiful, beautiful thing and many reasons to celebrate. This person is making you happy. Everything might not be right, everything might not be perfect, there might be challenges that need to be faced. I don't get that it's 100% smooth sailing. Wasn't before and maybe still not in the present. And also the wonderful thing is, I feel that some of you may have put a lot of thought into the situation, but you're not overthinking it anymore, which is wonderful. Okay, and there's almost like a fate. It's almost like some of you have handed this over to the universe. So maybe you spoke to source, maybe you prayed about it, maybe you spoke to like a confidant about it, but there is a space here where there was a lot of thinking of, how is this going to work? Can this actually work? So there's some definite bridges that needed to be crossed there, but the wonderful thing that happens, and we're not getting there yet, but this is the wonderful thing that happens, Virgo, is that when we within ourselves, when we can find peace within ourselves about a situation, that is usually when the situation actually, when that beautiful solution comes through. Because something that I always like to remind everybody of is that just because we don't see the solution doesn't mean that the solution doesn't exist. It just means that we're not seeing it. All right. In your current space, we've got the Devil, we've got the Ten of Wands, and we've got the Eight of Swords. Okay, so in your current space, this is a space of you letting go. I feel that now this might have come from the best of intentions, but it's almost like you by maybe being very cautious about things and very sort of proactive about things and very responsible about things, it's almost like you almost built like an energetic wall between you and this person. So you might still be talking to each other, but it's almost like things are not 100% the same than they were before. And where I feel that a lot of you might have had a lot of hurt and pain inside of your heart because you thought that this person was sort of pulling away from you, I feel that a lot of you are actually realizing that it is the sort of like the contribution that you put into that energy that caused this to come about. I feel that many of you are getting that, and you're moving away from that. You are moving away from almost putting up energetic walls and barriers in front of this connection, which is such a beautiful thing. Because the wonderful thing about that is also that even as you stop doing that with the situation, with the love, it clears out all the other blocks in your life as well, because nothing is separate from one another, as we said in the beginning of our reading. There's letting go. Yes, some of you, it's almost like you've got this there with the Ten of Wands. It's like you've got this huge sort of like invisible but also very impenetrable sort of energetic wall around you and your emotions. Some of you are so scared of getting hurt, and maybe you got hurt there in the past, because it's almost like this person that you're dealing with, in many ways they might be reminding you of someone else. It's very similar, so maybe even the same zodiac signs or something like that. But there's a letting go almost here of all that thinking and all that overthinking, and there's a space of actually beginning to set yourself free. We're going to clarify this Eight of Wands for you, but it's almost for some of you there's a space of like, so now you've let go of certain mind patterns and beliefs, you've released the emotions, and now you're like, okay, now what? Now what? What do we do now? Energy coming towards you, you've got the Seven of Swords, potential energy coming towards you, Six of Pentacles for the connection, and the Moon. So this, Virgo, is a space where, and I like this, where you're going forward, and I feel that, and this is obviously, the thing with love, I feel that you are opening your heart towards someone else, and it's almost like as you start looking at them, minus that sort of fear, minus that sort of fear that maybe they're going to hurt you again, maybe they're going to do the same thing that the other person did, so it's almost like you're beginning to look at someone minus that almost like preconceived idea of what could possibly go wrong. And as you do, it's almost like you're getting to see this person in a whole new light. It's almost like literally for some of you, you'll be like, oh my goodness, I've never actually seen this person. I wouldn't necessarily say that you had a wrong idea about them, but it's like it's almost like you would would only allow yourself to see maybe like 45% of who they are. And I mean, fear's got a way of doing that to us, so nobody's blaming you for that. But there with 6 of Pentacles, and 6 is a number of hope. It's a number of possibility. You turn it around, it becomes number 9. There's a sense of things looking up here, and this is a beautiful, romantic, fulfilling connection. And because it fulfills you inside, it's almost, for some of you, it almost feels like there might be a bit of a void there inside of you, maybe from childhood patterning, almost like maybe you're the person who's always looking from the outside, you're looking in. There is a space of completely getting over that, and there's a space of getting real balance there with the emotions. Now, there is a little bit of a self-sabotaging vibe that's going on in this reading, especially going forward when your heart starts to open. Some of you do get the desire to run again, but we're going to look when we get there. So let's first clarify this Queen of Swords, which is your overall energy. There the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Wands is back. Remember, you had the 10 of Wands in your current space, and here in your overall energy, which is this Queen of Swords, you having the Page of Cups, the 10 of Wands. Actually, it was, let me just put it in the right order. So it was the Page of Cups, the High Priestess, and the 10 of Wands. I like to do it in the order that they came out. All right. So this was their change in mind. They did something, or something happened, but I almost feel that for some of you, it's almost like you were about to offer your cup of love to someone. So maybe the direction was heading in that way, or maybe you started to plan it. But then I feel that you still felt that before you make this connection with this person, because I see you being on the brink of doing it. And then when you were just about to do it, you sort of realized that there was still this emotional baggage that you needed to deal with. So it's almost like you realized that you still had to do, like a bit of a detox. So the High Priestess was before that. And I feel that for some of you, you realized that in order to bring the best forth out of this connection, you had to disassociate and disconnect, from the past completely, but not just sort of discard it and put it under the carpet. There was that need to forgive, to let go, to make peace within yourself, because some of you still, you still had this, I would say a little bit of a heaviness, but it might have been there for a while. So it's almost like you learn to live with it. It's like if we've got like an injury to our body or something like that, after a while we just learn to live with it. And I feel that for some of you, it's almost like you just learn to live with it, but you realize that you have to move past it. This is almost like this is a person that's not going to go for that. You wouldn't be able to fool them that way. Let's look at the recent past. So for the 7 of Cups, you've got the 4 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles. All right. So, So this can be a brand new connection, but you could also be dealing with someone that maybe in the past, maybe they did share the feelings with you. Maybe they did let you know that they liked you. Maybe they did let you know that, maybe they'd like to pursue something special with you, and maybe you were not ready for that at the time. Okay, because I see an offer, or some of you could have also been proposed to by someone, and I feel that for some of you that could have been heavy, because what I also get coming through very strongly is that some of you may have been in a connection, like you were with someone in an actual committed connection, and realize when they wanted to take things to that next step, that official step, that high level commitment, This is when you realized that this wasn't really your cup of tea. That is such a difficult situation to be in. And if this is something that you're dealing with from my heart, I want to send you love. I want to send you so much love. But you realize, I feel that this is that realization that you had to step away from someone else to be, it's, to be with someone else. For some of you, Virgo, and this might have hit you very, very hard, because for some of you, you may have been with someone else and thought that that was the right connection for you, or like you were directing your energy in that way, and then you realize, nope, it's that other one, it's that unlikely suspect. And then there was a change, there was a definite change in mind, and it's almost like somehow they became more available, like, I don't know what that means. You're going to have to let me know in the comments. I'm going to draw one card for this Three of Cups energy, the Fool. You realize that you want to be with this person. This is realizing, I want to be with that person. There is that realization that came through there in the recent past. It's almost like for some of you, you could have been celebrating. So maybe celebrating with someone, maybe celebrating an engagement, celebrating sort of with someone, but then realizing that you want to feel the way that you feel, but not necessarily with the person that you were feeling it with. All right. Let's just lastly look in the recent past there. Yeah, Ten of Swords. Okay, so this is that space where you had to let someone go, you had to let a connection go, you had to release someone out of your energy. This could be someone that you were physically with, or I feel that for many of you there, or for some of you, there was a space of not really being with anyone, kind of keeping everybody at arm's length. And you were like, I'm okay. So maybe I already had love in my life. I'm all right. I'm fine. I don't need it. But then you sort of realize that you do. Okay. Oops. So I was going to say, let's grab some cards for the Ten of Wands in your current space. And you got the Temperance in reverse, and you got the Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah. You had to release this. You had to release some connection. You had to release something here, because it's almost like, whilst you might have wanted to be the one that wanted to keep things very chilled with someone, it's almost like that person was into their chillness too much, because you were like, well, I might like to take these things to the next level now. Okay. And I feel that for some of you, maybe you did put across some hints or things and you thought that the person would get it. I don't think they did. So if you feel that they ignored you, they might have actually not gotten what you're talking about, or what you're steering towards. Because it's almost like they got the message loud and clear, friendship, and that is it. So we've got Eight of Swords still here in your current space, and for that we've got the Nine of Cups, we've got the Hierophant, and we've got the Six of Swords. It's like hope is starting to come back here. It's almost like you weren't sure if this person might actually wanna, get serious with you again. And I just saw the Wheel of Fortune there now, which is things turning in your favor. So for some of you, there's might be a little bit of a challenging space at the moment, because you're not sure what you're really supposed to do or not do. Let's look at this energy coming towards you. So there's that Seven of Swords. What is it that you're leaving behind there? So we've got the Five of Wands, which we also had, remember. Am I correct now? I thought we had this. Didn't we have the Five of Wands already? Am I confused? I'm probably confused. Sorry. But we've got the Five of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Emperor. This is very weird, Virgo. This is almost like, so you may have been connected with someone before that maybe didn't work out, but and then you cut off their energy. And this often happens when you cut off someone's energy, especially even when you do things like cord cuttings and entity release and those sort of things. When you do that cord cutting, that energetic severing of the energetic cord, sometimes you do get that the person reaches out to you again. And I feel this is almost a space where the person that you finally free from now, that was withholding you from everything, they're like, well, how about we give it another try? That's obviously entirely up to you. Let's see, because there's that situation, and the Eight of Wands. So I wouldn't actually write off that past connection, even if they did really horrible, terrible things to you. As I said, the choice is entirely yours. because now this previous connection seems more the first connection seems more prominent than the second one. So could there be 3 people involved here? If there is, that must be very overwhelming for you. Let's see. 6 of Pentacles. 4 cards came out. Energy coming towards you, guidance for the future. So 2 of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So some of you might feel that they have changed, that they're different. According to this, and according to what I feel, they haven't changed. This is a wolf in sheepskin. That's what I get. Okay? And then you got the 10 of Pentacles and the Devil. Don't give up something prospectively beautiful for someone that disappointed you before. I feel that you're dealing with someone that it's almost like they want to have a hold over you. They might not necessarily want you, and I feel that you're dealing with someone that in a space here that might be saying very sort of hurtful things to you sometimes, and then they will maybe say that you are being overly sensitive, and that might be the person that wants to come back, because now they're coming back under the guise that they have changed. They have not changed. Okay, but because now I see going forward there's some confusion now for you, not sure what it is that you want to do. Your heart is getting a little bit trippy now. Let's just lastly look at this moon card in this energy that is coming towards you. There's a tower at the bottom of the deck. Then you've got the Judgment, the King of Swords, and the Chariot. Yeah. It's time to let that person go. And I feel that it's weird because for some of you, even though you're letting someone go that might not have been the nicest person to you, I do see it being challenging. And, a heart can do that sometimes. It's just how they are. Let's see what we've got for you with the Keepers of the Light, Virgo. And also, if you like the video, if it resonates with you, I'd really appreciate you liking the video because it helps my channel to grow. And of course, remember to subscribe to the channel and to hit that notification bell so you know when your readings are coming up. Let's see, what do we have for you, Virgo? This one, okay. Melchizedek. Higher learning. You have learned from experience. It's right there. You have learned from experience. More inner studies now required for further progress. So you sort of need to decide what it is that you want to have, Virgo. And even though I do feel that this person that we were speaking about, that might have been more sort of like on a friendship level, maybe a colleague, something like that, even though I feel that's the better connection for you, obviously at the end of the day, the decision is entirely up to you. Okay, so I hope that helps. That's all I got for you. Namaste. Love and light. Bye, beautiful souls.